Okay, good morning, everyone. So we're going to talk about the hand anatomy, and I am going to try to give you my best explanation and tips so it can be super simple for you and you can remember your hand anatomy with complete ease. So let's talk surface anatomy. Surface anatomy, when I look at my hand and my hand is by my side or down, I'm going to think of dorsum or dorsal, okay? So when my hand is down as such, this is the dorsum or dorsal aspect of your hand. When my hand is up, okay, and I'm looking at my palm, this is the palmar aspect of your hand, okay? So you have dorsum, okay, which I think of D for down, dorsum. And when it's up, I'm looking at my palm, P for palmar. So let's look at some key indicators here. All right, so some key indicators as I move my hand up. You're gonna see right here, there's a little like ball that is popping out, okay? And that little ball there, that is the head of the ulna. So this is a key indicator that lets you know when you're looking at the hand anatomy, you know that this part of the hand going up towards your pinky is your ulnar side. And of course, once you know that, you're going to know that going up towards your thumb is your radial side. Okay, now let me try to get this to pop out for you. Now you see this tendon here that's popping out as I do that? This is called your tendons of Extensor Digitorium, okay? This is our extensor muscles, which means we are going to use this to extend, okay? So again, I'm going to try to make it pop out here for you guys. There we go. All right, this is your Extensor Digitorium. And in this video, I'm not going to go through every single anatomy of the hand, but I'm going to go through key traits that I feel, in my opinion, that every OT practitioner should be aware of. Okay, now as I move my hand up a little bit here, oh yeah, there we go, it popped out really good. If you see this little area here, okay, this area is known as the snuff box, okay? And this is where it's going to support the AB and adduction of our thumb here. So right in here, this portion you see here is considered our abductor pollex, okay? So I'm going to bring it in and I'm going to bring it out, okay? So I'm adducting and abducting, okay? And this snuff box really plays an intricate part. If you pay attention to what's happening there, you can see how it's moving. And, you know, arthritis makes a big deal with this area here. This area is, I would say, if this area has changed or arthritis has got in between these joints here, you're going to notice a change here with the snuff box. If there is lack of movement, this is also going to be affected, as you can see that tendon there running up my thumb. As I flip my hand over, we have some palmar creases here, which I'm not really going to cover because I don't feel, in my opinion, is the most important thing that you should understand. But what I do want to talk about as I flip my hand over is we're going to go over joints, okay? As well as we're going to talk about what's the difference between proximal, medial, and distal. So when you are talking about distal, I like to think of distal as down. And what that simply means is we're going to be looking at the interphalangeal digital creases, which simply means these joints here. So we have 1, 2, and we have 3, okay? And these are going to fall under either being proximal, which is I like to remember by saying close to the palm, middle, and distal. I don't know why I'm saying digital. Distal, which is down, okay? So again, for you to remember, proximal, closer to the palm, further away is distal, okay? So, moving to the thumb is slightly different. Okay, when we're dealing with the thumb here, now we're going to talk about, again, same thing. This will consider proximal, right? Because it's closest to the palm, and this will be considered distal. But as you can see, there's no middle here. Okay, we just have proximal, distal. Now, when we're talking about the thumb, okay, and we're looking at the thumb anatomy, it could be a little different. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the thumb here. And I'm going to try to do that to make it look a little clearer for you guys. All right, so we're looking right here. And we're looking right here at this joint here. This joint is called MCP, which stands for metacarpal phalangeal joint, okay, of the thumb. As we move up, this little bend here that I have, this joint is also known as the interphalangeal joint of the thumb. So it's IP, MCP, all right? Whereas when we're looking at the hand, okay, maybe I'll do it like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so if we're looking at the hand, it's slightly different. We still have the MCP here, okay? But now we have proximal, which is PIP. Remember, even though this is considered medial when we're looking at the hand and we're talking about interphalangeal digital creases, okay, so let me flip the hand. So this is considered creases, so people don't get confused, okay? This is proximal interphalangeal digital crease, medial crease, distal crease. Now, when we're talking about the actual joint, okay, when we're looking at the joint, not the crease, because I know that can get confusing, we still want to remember proximal is still closer to the palm, distal is still farther away. So, just to reiterate, we're talking about our joints here. So we have our joint that is right here, which is our MCP. Let me try to bend it so you can see here. Our MCP. Okay. Then we have our PIP, which simply means now it's proximal, again, closest to the palm. Proximal interphalangeal joint, PIP. And then we have this little joint here. You can see that. Okay. This is considered our distal interphalangeal joint. Okay. I hope that makes sense to everybody. Okay. So now when we're thinking about our documentation, then we have to document pertaining to the hand. And a lot of times you'll do documentation pertaining to the hand when there's a hand injury or you have to do splinting. Okay. So it's important to understand and know which finger is being talked about. Okay. And there's a number system that we use, which the thumb is considered first digit. Index finger is the second digit. Middle finger is the third digit, ring finger is the fourth digit, and the little finger is the fifth digit. Okay, so if you see in your documentation, it's written about the third and second digit, you already know that they're talking about the middle as well as the index finger. Okay, so now we understand what digits we're talking about. Now we want to think about nerve roots. Okay, so remember earlier I mentioned about this little ball here that's an indicator. This is our indicator for our ulna, okay, which is our ulna bone. Okay, this is the head of the ulna here. All right, now if you can remember that the ulna is on the same side as the little finger or the pinky finger, you're already in good business, because now when we are going to look at nerve roots, you want to remember that the little finger and half of the ring finger is integrated by the C8 nerve root. Okay, so again, you are looking at the ulnar nerve, all right, which leaves the forearm by emerging from deep to the tendon, all right, and as it comes down here, we're looking at C8, and half of the ring is C8. In the hand, these nerves convey sensory fibers from spinal nerves, and we're going to pretty much just focus on the hand with these spinal nerves. And I already mentioned about C8, which is on your ulnar side. All right. Now, C7 is going to be the remainder of your ring finger, all of your middle finger, and a half, right? Imagine if you're cutting this finger in half, the half portion of the index finger. Okay, so C8, C7, and now we're going to go to C6, which is the remainder, as well as the thumb. Okay, so again, C6, then we have C7, C8. So just from the ulna, C8, C7, C6. C8, C7, C6, C8, C7, C6. Once you can get that into your mind, it's going to make the world of difference when you're dealing with cervical spinal cord injuries. And this will allow you to know how the hand is affected, especially when you need to work on feeding goals and you're looking at adaptive equipment. Understanding this information is also going to help you too when it comes to dealing with arthritis, how to modify activities, etc. So I hope this video was helpful. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, give me a wave, say hello, give me a friendly comment. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you have any questions and you want me to explain anything else in detail, be sure to leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe, guys. Take care.